Linda, who's calling in from Ohio. Linda, what's going on?
Hi, yeah, I'm all female. So you guys lucked out.
Yeah.
My question's for Dan Barker. Hi, Dan.
Hi.
A couple weeks ago, I was watching TV, and I caught a news segment about a county juvenile court needing faith-based organizations to come to their website and fill out an application to mentor kids that were at risk. And it was called the Project Faith Initiative. And so as an ex-Christian, it kind of triggered me. And so I went to the county website and I looked at the application and found out that if you are accepted, these faith-based organizations could even get paid up to $7,500 to mentor high-risk juvenile kids. And it just didn't sound very secular to me. So what I did is I went to your website and filled out a complaint form. It was really easy to do, but I haven't heard back yet. So then I turned on Dan's program tonight, and here you are. So I thought I'd call and ask get your opinion on that.
Get a direct line. I like it.
Yeah, so you will hear back. We're kind of cutting back a little bit because of the pandemic, but we're all working remotely, and we have one legal assistant in the office right now. So it might take a little while. I think there's an FAQ online too that explains some of that. So faith-based, it was George W. Bush who started this faith-based initiative. And we complained, we took some lawsuits. In fact, we won the first fully adjudicated lawsuit in the country challenging faith-based, a religious group trying to provide inmate counseling. And so we won that. We also sued in Arizona. It was called Mentor Kids. It was part of Chuck Colson's ministry. Chuck Colson had a prison ministry. You know, Chuck Colson, the convicted Watergate felon. And so we actually won that case as well. So it's a little bit tricky. Sometimes counties can contract with religious groups as long as what they're doing is a purely secular thing. As long as there's no strings attached, you don't have to go through a church, you don't have to pray, you don't have to walk by religious symbols. And we don't like that. We don't think a church should be involved at all in that way. They should do it themselves. They should raise their own money and do their own ministry with their own. Prove how big their God is by raising their own money without asking us taxpayers to pay for it. But with government contracting, sometimes the counties contract with a church that has a basement where the homeless can live for a while. And so what's funny is that the church takes all the credit, right? Because they're doing this homeless thing, but we taxpayers get the bill, you know, and they never say, by the way, it's the taxpayers paying for this. It's just the church is taking this.
You don't know it.
So we can applaud the church for doing that. They're helping the homeless, they're providing a space. But as long as it's not tied to religion in any way, then they can, in many cases, get away with doing that. And in a sense, we kind of do want there to be good works done in the world, no matter by whom. So one of the tricky questions is it's fungibility, basically. If you're giving money to a church or religious group to do an activity that it was going to be doing anyway, well, then that frees up some of their money then to be used for their religious purpose. So you're actually helping their religious purpose. So many of these cases have to be looked at on an individual basis, and our legal staff can tell you if there's something we can do about it. And I'll make a note here to call Greta. What's today? Today's Friday. So I'll call her on Monday and make a note to look for that, because sometimes time is of the essence. If they've given the grant out, it's really hard to challenge it once the money's spent. So if you can challenge it before the money actually goes out, you can actually stop it. And in a few cases, we've actually got money back. We've actually got the county to ask for the money back that they've given improperly to a religious group.
Oh, wow. Some of the things that came to my mind just from hearing it immediately. I thought, how are churches equipped to do this? What kind of teachers and, are teachers, social workers to help these kids that need help? Who's going to monitor what the churches are teaching these kids? Are they going to have people sit in or visit, do follow-up?
Yeah.
To me, it's just kind of weird that they just automatically think that because they're faith-based that they're qualified to do that. But,
Well, they're very
okay,
likely not. They're very likely not qualified. In our examination of a lot of these groups, the 2 cases that I mentioned that we won, it turned out they were very bad at what they were doing. The mentoring kids in Arizona was just church people who were teaching them how to read by reading the Bible, and they were really there to convert the kids. That's what they were trying to do. And it came out under discovery that this was just a religious mission under the guise of doing this, secular helping, because who doesn't want to help the kids of inmates, right? But
The
so
Bible, by the
Right.
way, I don't think that's a very good book to start your first kind of reading.
well, those those kids' Bible things, those color books.
I'm still skeptical. I don't know. It seems to me like that's just. I feel like there's a lot of concepts and words that shouldn't be in there. But anyway, that's my take. I don't know. Yeah. So Linda, you got lucky tonight. You got to talk to Dan directly about your complaint. So hopefully we'll see that worked through. Thanks so much for calling into the show tonight.